Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we are going to cover the Moon Astrology for the week of November 16th through the 22nd, 2020. And before I get started here, I want to ask you a big favor to go ahead and hit that thumbs up. It really helps my channel analytics. I'm trying to figure out how to get YouTube to work with me again. And so to further bribe you and to impact the analytics even more, if you could possibly leave me a comment, even if it's just an emoji. And then next week, when I do the weekly readings, anyone who has left me any kind of a comment where I have your name, I will pull a card for you. So if you do that in your sun, your moon, and your rising, you will get 3 cards pulled for you next week. So just would love to have your help on that. So your overall energy, this is interesting. I feel like I saw this combination, but maybe not quite. So we have Actramus, and that's green chakra, but it's more than that. That feels like Empress growth energy here. And we have Grace, and this is feels like grace for yourself through a transition and a change. This is about the fact that you are elevating and you are anchoring into higher energy levels, and in order to do that, I do believe you need to have grace for yourself through this process. It is not easy. Like some days you'll be like, oh, I've got this. Oh man, I'm really elevating and I'm making all these things and and then you'll run into a trigger that for a situation where you haven't quite worked through or released that karmic baggage yet that you need to jettison. And so then you need to have grace for yourself when you're going through this process of, oh crap, I thought I had already figured that out. I had an oh crap moment last weekend, and I'm like, I thought, but then I was like, you know what though, I think this feels more like, why did this trigger? That was the first thing I said. Okay, so why is this triggering me? Like, what is this situation? And so I really stood back from it, and I took myself emotionally out of it, which Gemini, I think you will find easier to do than someone who has as much water in their chart as I do. And so stepping back and going from a really high perspective of what am I supposed to learn from this, and why does that trigger me, is kind of the question you're going to be asked. Like, why is this thing that keeps happening over and over and over and over and over again? Why does that keep happening? Well, it keeps happening because there's a lesson that you came here to learn. There was something you needed to grow through, to grow past. And so having grace for yourself in the situation as you are doing this, as you're moving through this energy, as you're figuring these things out. Hold on a second. So that right there was not spirit. That right there is my body. I don't know if you know, but I had COVID back in March, and there is something not quite right, and right now I am having kind of a moment. So hang in there with me, because I really don't want to have to go through that again, like tell you all that stuff again, because it was very divinely guided. Been spending a lot of time hanging out with the doctors lately, trying to figure out what is not quite right. Okay, so grace is number 16. That's the tower moment. So yes, having grace for yourself when that situation comes along. It says here, you are more than you can possibly imagine. When we are struggling with self-worth, self-respect, and self-love issues, or when we have been neglecting ourselves, it is time to look at ourselves and discover who we truly are. We are magnificent beings who need to find ways to let go of our self-imposed limitations and self-limiting beliefs. Grace's words are simply, stop it now. You are more than you can possibly imagine. Don't allow yourself to fall into victimhood. I'm not judging, because that's totally what happened to me last week. Believe in yourself and push the boundaries of your self-imposed limits. If you don't try, you will never know how successful you can be. And if you perceive that you have failed, remember that there is no such thing as failure, only experience to learn from. I'm seeing Yoda, right? There is no try, there's just do. So that didn't work, so do something else. You'll find it. You'll find the key. You will find the key. Grace is a deep acceptance of all that is within and without us. It means the end of the struggle through embracing the whole of us as we truly are. That is embracing the shadow and the light so that you can anchor into this higher energy. It integrates the higher vibration within your work and your life. Hold a clearer vibration to allow us to view the world without judgment, to be at ease with ourselves and let go of negativity. By accepting this, you are acknowledging that you are ready to shift the old DNA coding and integrate the new high vibrational energies into your life. I'm going to have to pause this. Hopefully that works. Okay, so did you miss me? I have done videos for 2 years and I have never ever had to pause one, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, so let's get into the week. Let's get into the week. So we have the new moon that happened. It's right now, it is 10 o'clock on Saturday night when I'm recording this. And the new moon is in 2 hours because it's in 2 hours and 3 minutes from right now because it's 10:04. And this new moon in Scorpio is nicely aspected. It's very supportive, and we just came off of that 11:11 gateway, and so this is an opportunity to really use this energy to move your life forward in the direction that you want to go. It's the big ask, but this comes with conditions. Like, this is, what do you want, but what are you willing to work for in order to get it? This is about realizing where you want to go. And so this moon in Scorpio, in 6 hours from the time the moon is new, it runs into this really nice aspect with Saturn, and Saturn says, what's your plan? And then on Sunday, the moon is going to be in Sagittarius, and that's how we start the week on Monday, with the moon in Sagittarius. And the moon in Sagittarius says, are you taking risks? Are you having adventures? Are you willing to do these things? Gemini, we have a full moon happening in 2 weeks in your sign, and it's an eclipse. And the North Node is in your sign. And so this next year, Gemini, is really important for you. It is about, what are you willing to release and let go of from the South Node, those self-limiting beliefs around matters of partnerships and relationships. If you are a Gemini rising, but your rising sign could be anywhere, so it doesn't matter if you are a moon or whatever. You're gonna feel the effects in some different aspect of your life. So what do you want to create for yourself? Where are you willing to take the risk? Where are you willing to go on the new adventure? What are you, the North Node in Gemini says, what are you curious about? Where do you want to go from here? Ooh, look at that. I don't know if that's a golden eagle or a hawk. It looks like a hawk to me. I'm sure it's a hawk. So the hawk is about higher perspective, knowing what you want and being willing to go for it, taking risks, right? Taking risks. So this next week, and actually really until about December 15th, there's going to be a lot of conversations around relationships and finances because of where Venus is, and she rules both of those things. And so right now she's in Libra, but by the end of the week she moves into Scorpio. And she's going to kind of, before she gets there, she's going to come into these really tough aspects. So she already did the square with Pluto that said, what are you trying to transform in your life around these issues? And now she's squaring off on Monday with Jupiter, who says, well, how do you want to expand all this? How do you want to make this work? And then she's going to have another conversation with Saturn on Thursday, where Saturn says, yeah, okay, so what's your plan? Saturn's asking us all what our plan is about a lot of things right now. So what's your plan? So that energy is going on, and then the moon is going to move into Capricorn at 11:35 a.m. on Tuesday, and we have Mercury opposing Uranus and Taurus, and so conversations could get a little tense around things. I think I pulled this card that's not for you, but I'm going to read it anyways. It says winter, be still and go within, but I don't think so because you adventure and taking risks. But I do think that taking the time to pause and breathe and to go within when you're feeling stressed out might be a really good thing to do this week instead of like firing off the communication that you want to. So let's just see where the rest of this goes. So we have this need to be willing to accept situations for what they are, being willing to accept the help and the guidance of people around you and from spirit, because the whole thing and the point of this is your soul growth, right? The soul growth. And the soul growth comes through self-love, self-acceptance. And you have tulip, trust in your efforts. And so I feel like that pause, that breath, that going within, that the stillness, the quietness, in the spring, the tulips are one of the first things that come up. And so trust in your efforts. Even if it seems like nothing's happening, something is. Something's percolating below the surface. Wednesday has really great energy, by the way. One of the better energy days of the year that we've had so far, to be honest. And then the moon at the end of Wednesday into Thursday runs through the latter stages, the latter degrees there of Capricorn. And so again, the moon is like, how do you feel about what you're transforming? How do you feel about what you want to expand when it talks to Jupiter? How do you feel, and what's your plan? Saturn asks, what's your plan? So there's a lot of what's your plan this week going on. And so take the time to sit down and jot down a few steps and then be willing to take some action on them this week. It really will make a difference on whether or not you actually acquire, if you manifest this dream into reality. It is going to require a plan, consistent effort by you. Spirit's got everything lined up to support you, but you've got to do something. You can't just sit there. It's not gonna happen. I mean, you can have the nicest, fastest, motorcycle in the world, and you get up to the starting line, but if you don't, hit the gas when they say go, then you're not going to win. Right? This moon is going to move into Aquarius at 3:25 on Thursday p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When the moon is in Aquarius, it's an air sign. It's just like when the moon is in Gemini. Not so much when it's in Libra for some reason, but definitely even sort of in Libra. So it is this energy of kind of freezing things out. Like, I don't want to get involved in the emotions. I want to keep it, keep myself distanced. But this time, you have to keep your heart open. You have to be willing to take the risks. You have to be willing to go on a new adventure of the heart, a new adventure in business, a new adventure in maybe you want to move. Whatever this dream is, you have to keep your heart open to possibilities, because the path forward requires your attention, and you're going to have to take these steps. But keeping your heart open allows the flow of the abundance of the universe to come to you, to bring you the things that you need to take you through the next steps, right? You have Firefly, shine bright, seeing the truth, and future blessings. Okay, future blessings, when I see this, trust in your efforts, with this coupled with this winter card, which you must have supposed to be having, because here we have this future blessings, right? And she looks like she's resting. It's at night. It's interesting because I see the fox there. There's two of them. Foxes are about clever manipulation, looking out for yourself and getting what you need. Fox isn't necessarily a bad thing. Do not be fooled by appearances, but see, sometimes the fox will tell you whatever it wants you to hear to manipulate you. Don't be fooled by appearances. Look within for the true guiding light. Your inner light is strong enough to shine brighter during the dark times of your life. You have enough light within to find your way and to help others see the light too. It is time to affirm your beautiful inner nature and recognize the qualities that make you an excellent human being. Fireflies are summertime creatures and bring messages that a winter of the soul is ending and a brighter, happier future awaits. Maybe you're already in this energy of the winter and things are going to start bursting forth is what I just heard. Okay, and we have the flamingo. Authenticity, nourishment, and individuality. And talk about nourishment, right? I mean, this is what this says. It says nourishment. This says nourishment. My beauty is unique and inspirational. Give yourself permission to find your own way to live. If you do not feel like you can be your authentic self, check what influences you have allowed into your mind, into your life. Do you need to change your spiritual diet in some way so that you are taking in more physical, emotional, and or mental nourishment? Don't be afraid to show your true colors. When you allow the real you to be seen, others will be able to recognize your beauty and your grace. Don't hide yourself or deny yourself. What you need to flourish includes a wild and free heart. Nice. Very, very nice. So heads up about Friday. That energy is tense all over. Mercury gets into action there. Just really recommending that you choose your words carefully. Okay, so then on Saturday at 3:40 p.m., the sun moves into Sagittarius. So happy solar return to the Sagittarius out there. If you're a Gemini rising, the sun is moving into your house of partnerships. It could be business, it could be personal, but it will shine another light in that direction for you to look at things a little more closely. Venus is going to move into Scorpio, allowing for getting closer to Mercury in Scorpio, right? So allowing for more intense conversations over the next few weeks about love and finances. And then 11:06 p.m., the moon is going to move into Pisces, and so then it comes into a trine, which is really nice supportive energy with Venus and Scorpio. And so a chance to really kind of get down into those questions about what is important, how do you feel about things, If you have Aries strong in your chart, they also receive the growth card. What you're going through is here to aid you in your spiritual growth and development, to get you to where you want to go. Remember, spiritual growth and development. So have grace with for yourself and for others through the process. These people that are teaching you these hard lessons, they are the souls that agreed to come in and be the teachers, and nobody really wants to be the bad guy, trust me. Nobody really wants to be the bad guy. I was the bad guy in previous lifetimes, and I've been the bad guy at times in this lifetime, right? I mean, it's not always I am not a saint. Not at all. But I always try my best, right? And so just saying, have grace for yourself. Like, you don't always get it right. All you can do is pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again. Put a little more effort in, do it a little differently, right? So it's growing, you know. I remember one time my sister told me, not everything in life is a lesson. And I'm like, yeah, it is. You learn what works and what doesn't work. And it is through those lessons that you grow, right? It's through those lessons that you grow. All right, so I'm pulling a card here for you for a little sneak peek as into what's going to happen over the next 4 weeks while that sun is in Sagittarius. I am doing a full Sagittarius reading for you. It'll be coming out on Friday. But the sun in Sagittarius is a really good time for you because there's those 2 eclipses, right? There's the one in your sign, there's that full moon eclipse in Gemini, releasing, letting go, what's holding you back. There is the new moon in Sagittarius, which is about planting your seeds of intention for what you want in your relationship house. And then you have fulfillment. Joy abounds in all areas of my life. Looks like you could have a really good Sagittarius season ahead. Joy abounds in all areas of my life. That is a nice way to go out, right? Okay, so I will see you guys back here. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Be sure to leave me a comment. I appreciate your patience with my situation, and I will see you back here next week with, if you leave me a comment, you'll have a card. So that'll be great. I look forward to it, and I will talk to you soon. You take care.